Now, many of you will recognise my guest tonight, but when it comes to his impressions, how many can you spot?
Sorry to keep harping on about it, but you're still not looking, terribly, New Labour.
Doris, I need a drop-off at the Palladium for the six-pack of the year competition.
Well, it's a DIY show. We get loads of building experts in and they try to renovate me.
All that you had to do was to prepare a simple Christmas dinner.
Lend me your ears. I have, as it were, an important announcement to make about the 2012 Anno Domini London Olympiad.
Well, there you go, some of the many voices of the very talented John Culshaw from Boris Johnson. You saw there too, Bruce Forsyth, and he's back on the road with a new one-man show, including a stop at the Richmond Theatre on Friday.
Yes.
And you're here to tell us all about it. Welcome, John.
It's lovely to be here.
This is actually you, John,
yes,
right
yes,
now.
This is it, yes.
Just for a little bit, Listen, the new show is called Imposter Syndrome.
Yeah.
And it's a one-man show, as ever, I suppose. And it's full of lots of impressions, I assume.
Yes, we run through many prime ministers, lots of memories of the prime ministers and many presidents from, the era of George W.
Yeah.
And, Tony Blair, who, they had that great double act.
Yes.
John Major from his Spitting Image days when the puppet was grey, the colour of blue tack. That very gentle voice. Don't make him too aggressive, he turns into Michael Caine.
Oh, I like how you did that. That was us. Listen, we saw a bit of Boris Johnson then. Obviously, he was PM, Mayor of London first, then he was PM. We had a few other PMs in between.
Yeah.
We've got a new one now, it's Keir Starmer. Have you been working on your Keir Starmer?
Yes, I think, from the time of Rishi and Liz Truss, you're looking who the next people might be.
Yeah.
And you start to work on them. The way you get to Keir Starmer, start with Ed Miliband, sort of way down here, and then sort of loosen it up, add a little bit of thinners, until it gets to this sort of stage, and you imagine Keir Starmer right there, Starmer the Starman, one syllable at a time.
Oh, my God.
And that's sort of how you get there with him.
It's like he's in the room, John.
I'm sorry about that. I can only apologise unreservedly.
Do you do any other cabinet members? Are you working on any?
Yeah, I like David Lammy because he's got this very projected way of speaking a syllable at a time. He gets his money's worth with every part of the sentence.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how quickly they come and go. There we were, working on Michael Gove.
Remember him?
You start out with Ronnie Corbett and sort of make him slightly more malevolent until you end up with Michael Gove. But they're an interesting bunch, they're an interesting
group. I love it. Listen, last Christmas you did Panto at the Palladium, weren't you? It was Robin Hood, you were King Richard, but in the style of Donald Trump.
In the style of the Donald, I think he would have liked that. I think the Donald would have liked that Lucrezia. I think he would, and that's how he would say your name, Lucrezia. Very smart presenter, very wonderful presenter. I want you to do all my interviews, I really do, because you're a smart person.
Yeah.
Yes, I think Mr. Trump would have enjoyed the fact that he was the king. I think that's what his next ambition probably is, to be king of the world and the solar system and the universe.
You've met the king, haven't you? You've done the king in front of the king.
Yes, exactly. It's always, he always gives this sort of look like that, as if I know that you're scrutinising me. I would always tell that you're practising your technique.
Who's your favourite to do, if you had to pick one? Can you even pick one?
Yeah, well, I think I always enjoy Professor Brian Cox because it just sort of opens up and it takes in the wonders of the cosmos and the fact that we are all made from star stuff. And it gives you, I quite like Paul McCartney, Paul McCartney's Mac is very kind of, anecdotal now, a great raconteur, so he's great.
Yeah. You were very involved in Spitting Image, weren't you?
Yes.
Of course. It is, in some ways, a very worrying time, but rich ground for political satire right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you must be kind of loving it at the moment.
It is. It's news changes fast, characters change very fast.
Yeah.
And you can't just do the observational jokes. It's got to be underwritten by the satirical point. I think more than ever, people now need comedy to get at a sense of the truth. And so, Dead Ringers and Spitting Image, that's what it was
There'll be lots of that
all
on the
about.
show. And last 20 seconds to tell us, you're very interested in astronomy. You need astrology then.
Yes.
Astronomy.
Yes.
Something's happening on Saturday.
There is a partial solar eclipse visible Saturday morning.
We will see it in London, aren't we?
We will see it, weather permitting. About a third of the sun will be blocked out by the moon. It'll be extremely interesting to look at.
I didn't think I'd be talking to you about that. John Culshaw, thank you very, very much.